This video is sponsored by the Holiday Spirit. It's an excuse to wear a Christmas hat before December, so I'm going to take advantage of it. Terrifier 3 was directed by Damien Leone and released in theaters last weekend. As you can see, I'm a Terrifier fan through and through, so I was very excited for this third installment in the Terrifier franchise. Now, if you haven't seen Terrifier 2, or the first one, I guess, or obviously this third entry, then this will contain spoilers. I'm going to have a spoiler part of the video. We're going to have a little bit of part of the video where I'm going to have non-spoilers. Then we're going to go into full-on spoilers. So, if you guys haven't seen the film, definitely leave before we get to the spoilers. Now, for my non-spoiler review, I'm going to keep this very brief because I want to have enough time to talk about the gory goodness that we get out of this movie, and we get a lot of it. Art the Clown is tearing up shit in full holiday regalia. He has his sidekick, Victoria Hayes, at his side, also committing some pretty heinous crimes, and my god. Whew, let me tell you guys, this is one of the goriest movies I've seen in a long time. I mean, even Terrifier 2, man, this movie somehow managed to top that film. Wow. Obviously, David Howard Thornton is back as Art the Clown. Fantastic performance from him. Always brings that awesome energy. He just gets into character so well and brings that chaotic and fun energy to the character. Of course, you have Sienna returning from Terrifier 2 as well as Jonathan, and you get to see the aftermath of how they're dealing with things, everything that happened in Terrifier 2. Now, some of the things with Sienna might not be that interesting because you have this trauma that she's going through, and you have her kind of like sulking a lot or seeing visions of dead people, or, you know, just flashing back to things that happened in Terrifier 2. Whereas Jonathan, he's kind of moved on with his life a little bit. He's trying to, anyway, even though Sienna is always constantly bringing this stuff back up that he is trying to run away from and, you know, kind of keep deep down inside of him. Now, there are plenty of shitty teen characters in this one, people that are trying to use Sienna and Jonathan's trauma to benefit them. There's this girl that has a podcast, and she's like, hey, how about you come on and talk about your trauma, what you went through and everything, how you're doing? And that pisses Sienna off. But Art, you know, Art's going to take care of it. He's got it. Now, as far as the Christmas parts of this movie, it really serves well as a holiday killer, a holiday horror film. It serves itself well as a follow-up to Part 2, as well as a new horror Christmas movie that everybody can watch. Well, at least if you can stomach the gore, because, whew, we're talking chainsaws, liquid nitrogen, explosions, axe kills. I mean, it's just it is just crazy amounts of gore, and I can't wait to talk more about it in the spoilers. I will say, towards the end of the movie, they make some choices that I wasn't too fond over regarding one character. I'll get into that during the spoiler section. But it does give us a reason to be excited for the fourth entry that is going to be coming out. Hopefully within the next few years. Damien's working hard at it. I'm pretty sure he is. He's very dedicated to giving the fans what they want with this franchise. I'm interested to see where Art the Clown is going to go next. And, yeah, I'm going to get into spoilers here, guys. Overall, I am giving Terrifier 3 a 8 out of 10. It gets double thumbs up, double Art thumbs up. It is a gory time. It is ridiculous. It may, you know, jump the shark a little bit in regards to its story, but look, the story is not really what you should be coming to these movies for, to be quite honest with you. But it serves well as a follow-up. It serves well as a holiday slasher. It's one that you can go out and see with the whole family if you're ready to barf up your lunch or your dinner or whatever, watching Art the Clown fuck up people. So, join me in the spoilers. We're going to talk more in depth on the story, what goes on, the ending, everything. So, join me there. So, entering the spoilers, guys, there is so much gore in this. I'm going to just kind of do a rapid fire through it. So, we get a chainsaw kill. Art cuts off, limb after limb, just cuts people in half. Right down through like he did in the first Terrifier film. You have Victoria Hayes back, pretty much being Art's sidekick in murder. She is stabbing people in the neck and all kinds of crazy shit. Now, Art does not fuck around in this movie, because in the opening scene, the opening kill, he goes to this house where this family is, resting, and it's, around Christmas time, so they hear pitter-pattering on the roof, and the little girl's like, hey, it might be Santa or the elves or whatever. And the mom, settles down the child and gets her to go back to sleep. Well, little does she know, that is not Santa. That is Art the Clown dressed as Santa that goes into this little brother's room and fucking murders him. And this is not like a teenager. This is a fucking kid. This is like an 8-year-old kid that gets fucking... An 8-year-old kid is the first kill of this movie. That is how ballsy they're going with this. Then he kills the father, then he kills the mother. I mean, he is peeling skin off of her and just everything. Art the Clown, very rarely will he actually kill you quickly. He takes his time killing you. We've seen in Terrifier 2, the bedroom scene, where he pours the salt all over the chick, rips her skin off, scalps her and everything. It goes even further in this one. I don't know how, but they went even further in this one than they did in Terrifier 2. That's crazy. And that doesn't even stop there for as far as the children, because later on in the film, Art goes to this mall, dresses up as Santa, hands out these toys to these kids, and they're fucking bombs, and they blow up and kill quite a few kids and some people in the mall as well. Brutal stuff. You also get Art going to a bar where he kills this guy through liquid nitrogen. He just freezes off parts of his body and cuts off legs, half of his face, and shit like that. It is good. It is really good gore. The practical effects, awesome. 10 out of 10 on that. These movies always bring awesome practical effects. The increase in budget, even though it's not a monumental budget yet, like you would see in a lot of newer horror films from these big studios, it's still really impressive with what they're able to do with what they have. So I want to talk about this ending here. We have Art the Clown taking hostage the Sienna's aunt and her cousin, played by Antonella Rose, who was in Fear the Walking Dead Season 8, by the way. She played Troy Otto's daughter, if you're familiar with that show. And Art shows us a skull in this cage. And I was not sure, where they were going to go, because initially they're like, this is Gabby, this is Antonella Rose's character, the cousin. And I'm like, no, there's no way. And no, they switch around. Victoria Hayes, after she kills the aunt by shoving a fucking tube down her throat and pouring it's like crushed up rat pieces through a tube and shoves it down this chick's throat and then slits her throat, so then that all it is nasty stuff, my friends. But after that, she tells Sienna that it's actually Jonathan. Yeah, they killed Jonathan off screen. I'm like, what the fuck? Really? After how big of a character he was in the first movie, you're gonna kill him off like that? That didn't feel right. I don't know. I don't know. That just didn't sit right with me, guys. I don't know about you, but that didn't sit right with me. So I had a problem with that. And they do things with Victoria in this movie. I was very confused. She's apparently possessed or something, or she's a demon now, because her and Art take a hibernation nap for years. They wait so many 2 or 3 years before they actually move. He's sits down in a chair, and then 3 years later he's still sitting in the chair, and then Victoria slits her wrist and then bleeds out in a tub, and then just stays there for years bleeding out into a tub, and she's still alive 3 years later. What? I don't know. I hope that some of this shit gets explained in part 4. I know I said that you don't come to these movies for the story, but can we have a little bit of structure to the plot? Give us a little bit more to go on about what kind of universe we're in, what we're dealing with these two. We're not even sure exactly what Art the Clown is. Is he... he's clearly not human. He's had his head cut off numerous times. And in this movie, he gets his head back on and he kills Chris Jericho. Another great scene. But at the end of this movie, Sienna manages to kill Victoria Hayes. But her blood... This is where I'm confused. her blood starts melting the floor, and then her blood, that melting in the floor makes a portal to hell, where Gabby falls down into, along with Sienna's dagger that she used to kill Art in the first movie, or the second movie, sorry. And Sienna promises that she is going to rescue Gabby because Art gets away while she's distracted trying to help Gabby up. So that's going to be the part 4, is Sienna going into hell to try and save Gabby. And I guess Art's going to follow in soon after. I don't know. So it's definitely got a lot of interesting stuff on the table for Terrifier 4. But let me know what you guys thought of the film down in the comments below. That's going to be it for this review. I'm not trying to run on too many more times, because I could talk about the gore all day. But yeah, like I said, let me know what you thought about the film down in the comments below. Take care, everybody. Have a Merry Christmas in about 2 months. Alright, take care, guys. Goodbye.